Hi there. This is the second video I'm doing on how I create mirror images. In this case, we're going to start with a JPEG. Same image, but it's just been saved as a JPEG. So you'll see the differences when we're done between how the quality of the image when you start with the RAW or start with the JPEG. If you haven't seen the first video in the series where I start out with a RAW image, I'd suggest you maybe might want to pause now, go back to that one, and come back to this one after. So, open in, or edit in, pardon me, as a smart object in Photoshop. As we noted in our previous video, this is an essential step. Opens up Photoshop, which only takes us a second or two. Now, the toolbars that I have open are the toolbar tool selector, the layers panel, and the history panel. That's the main three that you need for doing this. So here's our image, and as you can see here on the right hand side, we have our smart object selection. Double click and it opens Camera Raw as a JPEG in smart object. We go up to our trim, and let's just bring this over here. We'll rotate it just a bit, and you can see how it automatically constrains. Bring it down a bit. Go back into editing, hit auto, brightens it up just a touch because it is a little dark. It's a black and white. So there we go. Enter or click OK. Image, trim. As in the previous video, we want to trim off our transparent pixels. Say OK. Control 0 to bring it full screen. Now, Control Alt C for bringing up canvas size. Again, as we did in the previous video, change to percent, width to 100, and we're going to put our base image is sitting on the right hand side of the screen. Say OK, and you can see how the transparency is on the left hand side. Control J to make a duplicate, as you can see here in the layers panel. Hold down the pick the move tool, hold down the shift key, drag it over with your mouse. Stop using your mouse, go to your keys, and we'll close that up in a second. Control T for transform, free transform. Right click, flip horizontal, enter, and your move tool is still picked, so move your image until it's close together. So there's our basics for the mirror. Now, if we look at the image size, Control Alt I, you can see that our image size is 1118 by 1187, and we're only got one side picked. So we hit cancel again. Pick both. Control Alt I. Still the same thing. And you can see my resolution is set at 600 pixels per inch. Just say OK. Now what we want to do is zoom in, and as we get closer and closer and closer, when you compare this to what we did in the previous video, you can see that it's pixelated. That's because we started with a finished JPEG. So Control 0, and we go back out. So that's our basics, as we did in the other video. Bring it in as, open it as a smart object. Click on the smart object, do your changes, come back into Photoshop, resize your canvas, move it over, make a copy, move it over, and close it up. Now, as with the other ones, as a raw image, we double click on either smart object. We can redo our cropping at any time if we want to take and just move it this way. Sure, why not? Right there. Bring that up a little bit. And no other changes. Hit enter to go back. And you can see that it's now moved the other way. So this is an advantage. You can do multiple edits until you find the mirror image that you want to work with. So let's pick the right hand side, Control T, flip horizontal, enter. Pick the left hand side, just click anywhere in the screen, Control T, right click, flip horizontal, enter. Pick our move tool, which we are already set at, move it over, and there's our new mirror. So and then final thing we want to do here, pick both of them, hold down your shift key, click the second image, trim, okay, get rid of all our transparencies, and have a look at our new image. So this is similar to what we did in the first video for the and again, I just want to zoom in so that you can see once we get closer here and you compare this to what we looked at from the raw image, you can see everything's pixelated. So best practice, if you can, start with a raw image or a PSD. So Control 0, save it with a new name, and you're done. And this area, and you can be able to start into other edits as you want. So thank you very much. My next video, I will be opening it up as a PSD, which is my normal workflow. It is a little bit different when you start with a PSD compared to when you start as a RAW or start as a JPEG. I'll be using a different image, one where I've done a stacked image, and we'll go ahead from there. Thank you very much. Hope this is helpful. Bye.